Hi guys, welcome to this week's video devotion. Just want to spend just a couple minutes with you to talk about the meaning of this past week and the gospel text in Mark chapter 4, talking about the parable of the growing seed. One of the verses that really stands out for me is verse 27, talking about the sower. He sleeps and rises night and day, and the seed sprouts and grows. He knows not how. The earth produces by itself first the blade, then the ear, then the full grain in the ear. Now, what's interesting about these couple verses here is that it speaks to God giving us things to do in this world, and that we are to endure in them with godly patience. Not something that is a virtue that we typically make good use of, or at least we don't make good use of it with great frequency. There's a couple ways in which we can view this parable. We can view it as a parable that speaks to the impatience of the world and how God would have us take on a character of patience, imitated through our understanding of who Jesus is to us. He's patient and long-suffering with us. He is the Savior who dwells among us as man in the flesh and dies accordingly, that then he takes his own life back up after 3 days in the tomb, like a seed that's planted in the ground and rises and sprouts and bears forth good fruit, the good fruit of his grace, his everlasting righteousness and love through the forgiveness of sins. The other way in which we might look at this parable is that it actually speaks to Jesus, that he, in fact, humbles himself to become born as a servant, is patient under the will of the Father, and that he does the good work of the Father and executes salvation perfectly for us, that we might be redeemed, reconciled to the Father through Christ, and having in Jesus the one who has perfectly and patiently fulfilled the very will of the Father.